This is the era when Epstein recruiter Jean-Luc Brunel offered to testify against Epstein and his network of VIP pedophiles. The Department of Justice refused to hear his testimony, and from that very day forward, he was marked for death. The Masterson verdict was a gut punch for Kutcher. The Diddy developments? That was the sledgehammer, because Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal has now placed Ashton Kutcher at key locations tied to the worst of the allegations.
I was around Ashton Kutcher and Diddy before, and they were speaking about Brittany Murphy. And I don't think I ever told this story, and I'm about to tell this story here. While he was married to Demi Moore, he was still sneaking around seeing Brittany Murphy. You understand? We were going to a Nets game, so we picked him up, and he was explaining to Diddy that every time he goes to Brittany's house, paparazzi always catches him or almost catch him coming out her apartment or coming out the building. And Diddy was telling him that's either the doorman or your security. And he was still married to Demi Moore at the time. Because it's crazy how they said her and Kim and some other individual with them or around them all died of pneumonia, and they were in perfect health.
It just gave me the shivers, that, because how can these two people be around the same people but die of the same death? Is it a case of the stories that are going to expose them off, they become a threat, so they kill them off?
If you're sitting there thinking, this can't be real, Hollywood can't be this dark, buckle up. You're still in the shallow end. Look at Demi Moore. She was married to Kutcher while he was still entangled with Brittany Murphy, even as Murphy was being slowly poisoned by the Hollywood Ripper. And before you paint Demi as some helpless ex-wife, insiders say she wasn't an innocent bystander, she was swimming in the same current. It's a big club, and thank God you're not part of it.
Okay, one more time.
Notice how certain high-profile figures pause at the right moment to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow? Classic MK Ultra programming signal. A trauma response trigger embedded deep. They do it on camera, almost like a wink to those who know. Now, back to the Hollywood Ripper. In 2001, Ashton was supposedly stood up on a date. The very next morning, that young woman was found in a pool of blood. For decades, the case sat unsolved, gathering dust. Then in 2024, explosive new details surfaced that reframed everything and suddenly made the whole timeline look a lot less random.
Ashton the Butcher Kutcher. A lot of people keep asking me, why am I talking about Ashton? And some of you may be new to this, but I am true to this, so here we go. The Butcher name fits. In 2001, there was a very gruesome unaliving that went down, okay? Ashton was dating the girl that got gruesomely unalived 47 times to the point to where she was almost decapitated. This happened back in 2001, and I've been saying it since it went down that he did it. Allegedly for entertainment and educational purposes only, of course. Ashton was supposed to be picking her up to go out on a date. And when he arrives to the house, he said that he noticed that there were wine stains everywhere, and so he left. The police later then find his fingerprints all over the place, and he's enthralled in a massive unaliving case. Now, they do have a guy named Michael Gargiulo that went to prison for this, who allegedly he admitted to. All the other ones except this one, he holds firm that he did not do it. But he's admitted to all the others. And he specifically said Ashton did that. Now, as you know, Ashton and his wife, Mila Kunis, wrote letters not very long ago for Danny Masterson, talking about, oh, he's a father and a great friend and this and that and the third. What they didn't anticipate is what Danny Masterson's girlfriend from 2001, the night that happened with Ashley Ellerin, to come out and say after they wrote the letters against her for him. And she says, Ashton, did you forget that I was there on speakerphone that night? I heard everything that you said. I know the secrets that you and your mentor keep, talking about the two of them, Ashton and Danny Masterson. Now, Danny Masterson he had Chrissy Bixler, who was his live-in girlfriend at the time. He was on speakerphone when Ashton called and was talking about what he had just seen at Ashley Ellerin's. So, he tells the police that he saw wine stains everywhere, okay, because it was too dark to see in and see wine stains everywhere, okay, that's lie number one. Number two, instead of leaving, freaked out, calling 911, trying to save anyone's life, he decides that he's scared about his career, is what he tells the police. So he decides he's going to call his best friend, Danny Masterson. Okay, now, he's your best friend, but you didn't know he was a rapist at the time? Come on now. Spends an hour on the phone with Danny and his PR team, okay, outside of the apartment, never moves. They don't tell him to leave, they tell him to sit right there. So what do you think they had done? Allegedly for entertainment purposes. Only if this was a book, I would assume they had someone call in a fixer. Speaking from experience in the entertainment industry, but anyway. So here's the deal. When it came time for Danny Masterson to go down, do you think Ashton wanted to write those letters and ruin his career? No, but he didn't anticipate on the live-in girlfriend being over there on speakerphone the night of the conversation, because he still to this day did not know up until he wrote those letters that she was. He wrote those letters for Danny because he had to write those letters for Danny over Ashley Ellerin. Now use your imagination and let it run wild. Michael Gargiulo, the man that's in prison for it right now, admits to everything he's ever done, tells the truth about it, except for this one. Why? Then shortly thereafter, all this stuff goes down in 01. They're trying to find a handler for him. Trying to find one. So finally they send in to me to clean all this mess up. Because even at best, if he didn't do it and Michael Gargiulo did do it, he thwarted an investigation to where the man could have been caught quicker. But I don't think Michael did it at all. And then now we see him involved with Brittany Murphy years later. And then you can put two and two together from there. Because even when all this stuff went down with Ashley Ellerin, him and Diddy were forming a bond. Oh yeah.
Ashton Kutcher has a mountain of questions to answer, and fewer friends left to help bury them. Kanye West once said they couldn't control him because he'd never killed anybody. That's the real price of admission in this town. Blood for stardom. And the pretty faces keep paying it, again and again. The skeletons are rattling louder than ever. The bodies are starting to surface. And if Alicia Silverstone is right about the fate of Brittany Murphy, we're all definitely not angry enough. Because the full truth is uglier than any of us imagined. And we're not stopping until every name is dragged into the light. We all know about danger here at TPV. One of the reasons we can survive is the tools that we use. I urge everybody to check out vp.net/TPV. It's not another VPN with clever marketing. It's trustless by design, meaning even if they wanted to spy you, they couldn't. Even if somebody holds a gun to their head, there's nothing to hand over. Built on zero-knowledge cryptography, Intel SGX secure enclaves and open source code you can order yourself, it's mathematically impossible to log or leak your data. No Mossad backdoors, like the rest of the VPN industry. No compromat. No hidden hands. Just pure verifiable privacy. This is how we fight back. Not with fear, but with technology that works for us, not against us. Go to vp.net/TPV and close Big Brother's eyes for good.